Hello, in this lecture we will do one more example of model misspecification of non-nested model. This time we will use Encompass F-test to show the model specification error of non-nested model. Now we will take an example of R&D intention of some firms. So the data actually speaks about 32 manufacturing companies expenditure on research and development activities along with some other additional information. Especially we have 8 variables. We have 8 variables, that is the R&D. The first variable is RD, that is the research and development spending of the firms measured in $1 million. Second, the sales of the firms measured in $1 million. Then profits of the firms, and then we have calculated one variable RD intents, that is the research and development expressed as a percentage of sales, which we are considering as our target variable or dependent variable. This is our dependent variable. We call it as RD intents. Then we have prof mark, that is profit as a percentage of sales, profit margin actually. Then sales square, we have taken the square of the sales volume, and we have taken log of sales as L sales and log of RD as LRD. Now our main objective is to find out the impact of sales and on R&D expenditure of the firms. So we set actually two competitive models, model 1 and model 2. In model 1 actually we regressed RD intents over log of sales, and in model 2 we take RD intents on sales and square of sales. So the first model captures the diminishing returns by including the sales in logarithmic form, whereas in the second model this is done by using a quadratic equations, there is sales and square of sales. So in the second model you can see there is one additional term. Instead of one expenditure variable we have here two, sales and sales square. Then the first we have only log of sales. So first we import the data. Before that, let me show you the data in Excel sheet actually. Then it will be helpful for you to understand actually what data we have and what we are importing. So the data we have here, RD, this Excel file rdchem.xls is the Excel file, and this is our data file. See, RD, the first row is the variable name, RD sales, profits, RD intents, profit margin, sales square, log of sales and log of RD, and we have 32 observations. Okay, so we will first import this data into RStudio and do the calculation. For importing the Excel file, first we need the read Excel package to be loaded in your environment, that is library read Excel. Then we use the read underscore Excel file and the file name and the column name set as true. The same variable name will be imported in R as well, and the new and the data file is being saved as rdchem, and we also attach the data to our current working session as well. Okay, after this we go for graphical exploration of the data a little bit. We use the ggplot, and in the first here we use the scatter point of RD intents with sales, and see this is our overall pattern of the expenses. So as sales volume increases, initially it is going slightly increases, but after some point the RD intents actually reduces, even though sales is very high, at least for this particular point, this one and this one. But overall it is showing a pattern of something like that. It is increasing but in this fashion. Okay, now it's in the second diagram we have used the same scatter plot. Instead of sales we have taken the profit here, just to look into the relationship between this R&D intention of the firms with their sales and profit. Here also we get the more or less same picture. The R&D intention of the firm increases, but not too heavily with the profits. Only even for some points, actually this point, this point, actually the R&D intention decreases as the profit increases. So after getting this visual appeal of the variables, we go for estimating our models. So first models is being estimated and saved as model 1, where R&D intention is being explained with the log of sales. Now if you look into the summary of the regression result, we see the overall R square value is 0.06 and F value is 1.96, which is not statistically significant as you see from the p value. But the coefficient have their positive signs. That means as the sales volume, log of sales volume increases, the R&D intention also increases of the firms, but it is not coming out to be statistically significant. Now let us look into the second model. In the second model also we have the same dependent variable R&D intents, and we have two explanatory variable, sales and sales square. Now here your R square value improves from 0.6 to 1.4 or 1.5, and F statistics also increases to 2.529, and interestingly it is now becoming significant at 10% level of significant, and sales is positive and sales square is coming out to be negative, and interestingly both are statistically significant, one at 5% level, another is at 10% level of significance are significant. Now when the sales square is coefficient is found to be negative, it means that your R&D intention increases with the sales volume but at a lower rate. That means the firms with higher sales volume spends proportionately less amount on research and development activities. So from these two models, actually we see that model 2 is at least better compared to the model 1, both in terms of discrimination approach as well as in terms of economic interpretation. The R square value is high, F also high, both the variables are significant, whereas in first model the explanatory variable was not significant, explanatory variable parameter was not significant, and not only that we get a better interpretation of model 2 here. But this is not all about telling that model 2 is better. There is something else is also there, so that we need to find out using the non-nested model. You can see actually both model 1 and model 2 are non-nested model. That means model 1 cannot be seen as a special case of model 2, and also model 2 cannot be seen as a special case of model 1, because see here both the in both the cases dependent variable are the same, but log of sales is missing in model 2 as well as sales and sales square is not seen in model 1. So in that sense they are non-nested model. So after this, so for encompass F test, actually what we'll do, we create a hybrid model so that the hybrid model will host both model 1 and model 2. That means model 1 will be a nested model for the hybrid model, model 2 will also be a nested model in hybrid model 3, but model 1 and model 2 are not nested model with respect to each other. Now, so this is our hybrid model where R&D intention is regressed over log of sales, sales and sales square, sales and log of sales. So these two are coming from the second model, whereas log of sales is coming from the first model. Okay. Now model 1 will be correct or will be the best model if this lambda 2 and lambda 3 are supposed to be 0, whereas if lambda 1 is 0, then model 2 will be the correct model. So this we can do using the world F test. Okay, so first let us do it manually, then we will go for some easy shortcut method or using some additional packages in R. So first we estimate the hybrid model, model 3. RD intention is regressed over log of sales, sales square and sales square. Now this is our model summary. Obviously our R square value will improve because we have now more number of explanatory variable, and F value is also improving, and but it is not significant at least at 10% level. At a higher level it is significant, 17%. But what is important is that log of sales is coming out to be negative but not statistically significant. Sales and sales square is also having their expected sign, but and also they have significant at 10% level of significance that we can see from here. Okay. Now what we need next, we need to compare the world F test of model 1 and model 3 first manually. So we call this library LM test for conducting the world test here, and we give world test of model 1 and model 3. Model 1 is RD intention over log of sales, and model 2 actually this will be model 3 actually, but in world test they are always taking model 1 and model 2 while displaying the results. So don't confuse with this model 2 with the initial model. This model 2 actually the model 3. So LM log sales, sales and sales square, and our F value for checking the marginal contribution of these two additional variable. Now see, this variable is common, log of sales, and this is our additional, these two are additional variable. For checking the incremental contribution of these two additional variable, we conduct the F test, and that F test is found to be 1.66, and it is not statistically significant at least at 10% level of significance. The same can be, the same F test for checking the contribution of the additional variables can be done in with respect to model 2 and model 3. Look here, and now here model 2 is RD intense regressed over sales and sales square, and model 3 the hybrid model RD intense regressed over log of sales from the first model, sales and log of sales square from second model. Once again, just note that this model 1 and model 2 don't confuse with this model 1 model 2. This is actually outcome format of world test in R, but actually here model 1 means model 2 and model 2 means model 3. That's all. Now what is important here, the F value 0.41. So it is also not statistically significant. So that means actually when we add log of sales in model 2, then this log of sales actually not significantly improving the predictive power or explanatory power of the model 2. So that's why its marginal contribution is not coming out to be statistically significant. Okay. Now the same results we can get using LM test package, and that we can do very quickly just bypassing the estimation of model 3 or hybrid model. So how to do it? Just you load the package LM test and then you type this command encompass test and give the model 1 and model 2. Now you see, you will get model 1 RD intense log of sales, model 2 RD intense log of sales and sales square, and this is your hybrid model, encompass model, that is RD intense log sales, sales and sales square. So model 1 will be compared with respect to encompassing model, and model 2 will be compared with hybrid model or encompass model. Now see here we get the same F value 1.66 and 0.41, and in both the cases they are not statistically significant. So what we can see, actually in both the cases we are unable to reject the null hypothesis. So that means if we take model 1 as the reference model, and when we investigate this reference model by adding regressors from the competing model, that is model 2, we see that the incremental contribution of the regressors of model 2 are not significantly improving model 1. So thus model 1 is preferred to model 2. Similarly, when model 2 is considered as the reference model and we investigate model 2 by adding the regressors from model 1, we see that the incremental contribution of the regressors of model 1 is also not statistically significant. That means here model 2 is better than model 1. That means once again we are getting a contradictory results. If we consider model 1 as the reference model, model 1 is found to be better compared to model 2. And once we see model 2 as the reference model, once again we see model 2 is better than the model 1. So we cannot actually decide which one is the best. So this happens actually sometimes in Encompass test because of high multicollinearity among the explanatory variable, and that actually we have checked here the correlation among the explanatory variables. So first we have checked the correlation between log of cells and cells, and it is found to be almost 70%, 0.769, and correlation between cells and cell square is also quite high, 0.95, and log of cells and cell square is also 0.507. That means in all the cases the coefficient, a correlation coefficient are coming out to be quite high, and probably this is the reasons that we are not being able to conclude that whether model 1 or model 2 is our best model. So this may happen in the Encompass test. So what we are trying to do here actually to learn actually how to execute the Encompass test in R, and what are the limitations of the Encompass test that we may face while taking the decision, or we have to be a little bit careful about the collinearity nature of the explanatory variable in the two competing model. Okay, so this is all about the Encompass test.